Tom Hackett, Trevor Allen. Hey, I'm out at Kearns. Kearns Olympus, game night live of the week on Channel 5. Trevor Allen's back in his home. Writing stories left, right, and center. Trev, how are you, man?
Doing good. I'm about to go enjoy a slice of pizza when we're done with this.
Nice. I was on dinner duty for the crew. I picked up Cubbies. I went with Cubbies this week.
Did you now?
Yes. So
have you already dived into it?
Oh, I've just, absolutely murdered a cheeseburger and some fries. I'm ready to roll. Big game, huh? Big game out here at Kearns. What do you make of it? I know there are a few Utah players that, or potential Utah players, I should say, that may have the eye of Coach Whittingham on them tonight.
Yeah, I mean, there's one guy on Kearns who is currently ranked number 9 in our KSLSports.com Game Night Live Power Rankings. And that is Jeff Bassa. He's a kid who plays safety. He also plays wideout, but he's being recruited as a safety, and he's really talented. He's really talented. He's a 3-star prospect. He's ranked number 9 in the entire state of Utah, the 104th ranked safety in the entire country. And right now he has his top 6 out, and Utah's among them, along with Oregon, Oklahoma State, Louisville, Baylor, and Arizona State right now. So he's a guy to definitely watch for tonight. Early on in the year, Tom, he already took a kickoff, 85 yards for a touchdown in their opening win in week 1 against Box Elder, and then also had 2 catches for 16 yards and had 10. And he has 10 tackles on the season to this point through 2 games.
He's a treat, and I'm really excited to watch him go to battle. I've heard a ton about him through Steve Bartle and yourself, and so I think it'll be fun to see exactly what he has in store. There are a couple other players as well worth noting. Both running backs from both teams incredibly impressive. In fact, you could argue that Olympus's best player on offense is in fact their running back. He had over 100 yards last week. They don't throw the ball a ton, Olympus. They only attempted or completed rather 3 pass attempts last week. So they like to get it on the ground and try and grind down their opposition. Beautiful place, Kearns, by the way. So first time I've been out here. Trev, you're
really?
in this neck of the woods, aren't you?
I'm about probably 15 minutes north of where you're at right now. But as far as west goes, yeah, you're about where I'm at west. You just have to go a little bit north to get to my house.
Oh, okay.
Out in the good old West Valley. But as far as Olympus, Tom, Johnny Frank's their guy. He had 35 carries and 138 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's really, really good. He's a guy to really watch for Olympus. And right now they're trying to find their stride. I mean, a team who was really good last year. If you look at it for this year, they lost to Mountain Ridge, a team who didn't win at all last year, and they ended up beating Olympus, and then Olympus was able to get it done last week. So what are your thoughts going into this game between Olympus and Kearns? I know Kearns in their win over Box Elder, they didn't have a single touchdown on offense. It was either on special teams or on defense.
I still think Kearns is going to get it done. I think, and I understand football's a team game, but I think the top-end talent of Kearns is going to be the difference in this one. Personally, Trev, I do hope for a close encounter. I hope the game's tight down the stretch. But I just think that the talent at Kearns, it's also at Kearns. Although, I guess we should probably talk about the crowd. They're evenly spaced on both sides. And so I don't think the crowd's going to have too much of an impact this evening. But it's always more comfortable to be in your own locker room, to be out on your own field, kind of, it just helps. And I don't really understand why, but that's the way it is. So I think Kearns, personally. Long story short. What about you?
I'm going to go with Kearns on this one. I think it's going to be a really close battle. I know you guys haven't really seen a close battle through 2 weeks of Game Night Live, but I think that this definitely could be one of those games where it could come down to the wire.
There are a couple other games, Trev. Do you mind giving us, not to put you on the spot here, but some other games going on around the town that people can check out KSLSports.com if they want to follow up on moments or results?
Well, first of all, we're going to have a full write-up from this game, Game Night Live, as Tom Hackett will be on the call with Sly and Jeremiah Jensen, and you guys can watch that on our KSL TV app or over at KSLSports.com. And of what you'll also find there is wrap-ups from every game in the entire state, from 4A, 5A, and 6A, And Tom, the only other one that really stands out to me, I mean, I know there's a lot of them, but this one stands out big time. Number 1 Corner Canyon against number 1 Bingham, or against number 10 Bingham. This is a nationally televised game now, and it's at Bingham, so this is going to be a big one. And you were at Corner Canyon in the Game Night Live Game of the Week last week.
I was, and let me tell you that Corner Canyon mob is about as impressive as I've seen at the high school level, and I've been doing this for a couple of years now. I even mentioned to their coach, Coach Kerr, I said, man, just the way the sideline operates reminds me as much as it did when I played up at Utah. And generally speaking, at the high school level, there's a lot of tomfoolery that happens on a high school sideline. Corner Canyon's all business. And I mean, they got up to a 42-0 start last week against Harriman, a pretty historic team here in the state. So that's on ESPN. This is what we say to our guys, okay? And by the way, University Federal Credit Union, big shout out and much love to them for helping put all this together. But turn on the telly, put on ESPN, check out Corner Canyon Bingham, and then open your phone and put on the KSL TV app or go to KSLSports.com and watch this game as well. I mean, you'll have an absolute blast watching high school football this evening, Trev. Best of luck to you, man. This is like the busiest night of your week, isn't it?
Yeah, it's up there. But it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have full wrap-ups of every single matchup from 4A, 5A, 6A. Another one to keep an eye out for is number 5 Orem against number 4 Skyridge. That one's going to be really good. There's a lot of talented players on both of those teams, and obviously we'll keep tabs on that. And Tom, by the way, I know you've actually been really, really busy. There's a story that's just up, and this doesn't have anything to do with Game Night Live, but Deloy Hansen is taking a leave of absence.
That's fascinating. I just wish him well, because I've said for a few days now, I just think mentally he needs to just reassess. It would be the easiest and most political way to put it. He's been in some strife and certainly some hot water. So we wish Deloy obviously all the best, and the club and the entire league, but that's a disaster. KSLSports.com has you covered. Hey, yourself, Trev, Carl Ireland, your co-pilot, and many others behind the scenes. We love and appreciate you guys. Best of luck tonight. I'm sure I'll speak to you by the time the match is over. In fact, I might even try and get you some footage of our good friend Bowser, number 8, I think, isn't he? So
I believe so.
One or the other, I'll figure it out, and then I'll send you some clips, and you can assess, be the judge yourself, Trev.
And you know what? I will definitely at least tweet them out. As far as putting them in stories, we will see the quality of it. But Tom, you're always top notch, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to hearing your punting advice for the punters out there on the call tonight with Sly and JJ.
Hey, don't worry about the punting. I got throwing advice, kind of had tackling advice. I'm shuffling right now.
There you go.
I'm just getting warmed up. All right, Trev, much love. I'll speak to you soon. See you guys.
All right, Tommy.